know. Well, we live, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, so welcome everyone to all our viewers who have joined us live today, as well as if you're looking at the recorded version of this program. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support for this our small World Cup program in Added Time FC. So I just add in our name there, and then today is really today is a good day because I think this is the first episode we have our entire squad available. We had some men suspended and injured and so on, but today we have the full squad. And I just you all are familiar with Mr. Bajnat, and of course Mr. Vijay. Vijay was here in the last episode, and it looks like he will be subbing in and out. So I hope he will be back on the field. And today, Mr. Randy Lal, and who is an Englishman because of the World Cup, right? He's the Englishman in the squad. He's joining us, and of course we have Mr. Rampol, who really needs no introduction. You know, the AC Milan people, they know him from a long time, and he is all of us. We share the same passion, and what we do here, we would do all the time, chat with each other and so on. And we're just happy that we're able to chat. And you also are part of this chat. Now, without any delay, this is our third episode, episode 3 of our World Cup Panchait. And today we'll be discussing the Group B, right? The countries that are in the Group B of the World Cup finals. Well, not all the countries have actually booked their place yet in this group because it consists of England, the United States, Iran, and of course we have a little playoff with Scotland and Ukraine. And depending on that, whoever wins will have to play Wales, and then they will book their ticket to the World Cup. But nevertheless, we're going to discuss this group, and without really much delay, well, let me just check the comments. I see 2 comments up already. So I just want to share these comments and then I'll pass the ball to our players on the field. I think this internet working a little slower than normal today, so it's loading up here. Hopefully, then the third referee will bring on VJ. So I'll share the first. Well, we have a fan here. Well, yeah, I feel I'm a member of the team now. Let me just show the first comment here. So everybody see it. So before anyone says anything, this is Earl Newton. England has already won this group. Okay, it's a given. This Ranilal, you pay this man off or something. The only thing to play for in this group is to be the fourth team in the group. Oh my gosh. All right, and once he continues here. All right, I think this man passionate just like Ranilal. And to have the honor of finishing second to the next world champions. All right, so a very passionate English supporter here. Thank you very much, Earl, for those comments. And well, that is the introduction for the group. I pass the ball to Mr. And he will give his comments and his thoughts on this group B.
Okay, yes, thank you, Pandit, and welcome again to all the viewers. Um, yeah, I must say first of all, welcome the other guys here. I wouldn't be too long till I'll give them fellas more time. The people probably tired of hearing me, so I'll give them fellas some more time to talk today. Um, but yeah, England and I mean
No,
just
don't say Kishore. You talk as normal. Don't worry.
the the thing is being in a group with England in the World Cup, just like what Earl just mentioned there. That is how the England supporters are. They have loyal, die-hard supporters. All right. The English and the media, as I said, I'm sure the guys and everyone will remember Trinidad and Tobago qualified once for the World Cup. And we were also in a group with England. And the amount of publicity we got being in that group, right, with England. It was tremendous. It was tremendous. And so a lot of spotlight is always on the group, whichever group that England is in a big tournament, right? It's a lot of spotlight is always on that group. Now, I have to agree with Earl to some degree in that England is by far the favorite for this group, right? As you said, you have the USA, you have Iran, and you have the qualifiers between Scotland and Ukraine and the Wales team. Now, England, yes, they should be the team to finish on top in this group. Um, Second place, I think, will we still have to wait and see what how the qualifiers will go. But I think it will be some decent matches. I mean, USA
I
is
think
not
it will be some.
in CONCACAF. They once were, right? They qualified third, right? They finished third in the qualifiers, but still they made it to the World Cup. In terms of the international experience, USA do not have the players. I mean, they have Pulisic in Chelsea being their standout player as well in the team, but they are not the powerhouse they once were. But being a CONCACAF team, and definitely, you will be throwing some support behind our CONCACAF teams, right? Hoping that they do well in this tournament as well, even if it's
In this tournament as well. Even
is the fight for second, right?
if it's
However, with the Iran finish first in their qualifiers, um, but I think they would not stand a good chance as the others in the group in qualifying. I could be wrong, but I that's just my opinion. Um, Wales, Scotland, and Ukraine, very unique. The world would love to see Ukraine in an international tournament. They would love to see Ukraine. I think the support Ukraine would get from within their country and outside will be tremendous. It will bring a certain kind of a different element to the World Cup then, I believe as well. However, we'll have to wait and see. They have two qualifiers to go through. And then you have the two other teams who have the possibility as well, who are England neighbors, right? And that's always going to be a kind of grudge match if it's Wales or even Scotland, right? The old enemy, right, of England. So I think either way it will be a very enjoyable game. Having said that, though, I think England is a team. They have under under Southgate, they have come a long way. I think Southgate helped to instill a, a different belief in this England team. I mean, look at it. England in previous tournaments, but what I would call the golden generation with the Beckham and the Lampard and the Gerrard and the Rooney and the Owen, that generation what we would normally say would be the golden generation of English football. But they failed on numerous occasions to really live up to the billing. And then you have Southgate taking over. And I mean, the English team didn't have all these superstars like they had before, but they played as a unit. They played together, all right, and they they reached the last semi-final. They even had the lead in the semi-final as well, and it could have gone either way. We look at the Euros. England again made it
I just
straight.
posted, sorry to interrupt you. Um, Sorry to interrupt you. I just gonna post a few comments here that coming up related to what you're saying, so you could probably
Yeah,
is it.
yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
that's
Yeah,
all
and
comments section. Uh, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, yeah, and the thing is, they were I think that they did good as well. They got the lead in that final as well. And I think England will go a long way in the World Cup. Whether they will win the World Cup is something we still have to wait and see. I think the ascendancy of English football also has to do a lot with the ascendancy of the English Premier League, right? Nobody could deny that that is the number one league in the world, right? And I think here, even though they might not have the superstars of the past, they play as a unit. They have very good players, and then the captain, right? The captain, Harry Kane. All right, we all know,
All right.
we all know, are all a little too good for me right now. So I will kind of stop there and give the other guy. So I thinking In this group, England first, and from CONCACAF, I will go with the USA second.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kishore. Good as usual. Although Earl Newton saying, I'll put this comment. You seem to be one of your fans. Must be depressed after yesterday's result in the English League. Okay, so you know that's part of the banter. Let me see. So
Earl,
we have.
no,
Uh,
just 1 second, Pandit. Earl, listen. We just wanted a tighter race, boy. Listen, the closer it is and it gets, feelings are hurt even more. So we just wanted a tighter race. Yeah.
All right, and I have comments from a few places. So I just want to read. We got a viewer in London, England. His name is Craig, and he say, "Well, I agree with that Earl fella. Can't wait for England to embarrass Wales or Scotland." So, well, I mean, if you're living in London, I guess he might be partial to England. And then on the Messenger, because I have comment from YouTube, WhatsApp, and here we have Dwight Pope looking on. All right, so enjoying the show. Nathaniel Garcia from who right now in Nepal, enjoying the show, and Dwight Pope there in Europe, Lithuania. Where is it? Lithuania, I think, is the country. Also enjoying the show. So, and I can't give all the comments. So thank you very much, Kishore. But I know Earl wanted to make sure I get that comment. He understands, you know, what's going on with you. So can you imagine how happy he is. So without any delay now, I'll go straight to Randy Lal. So it's all England, you know, it's Group B, it's all England. So we go to our next Englishman. And over to you, Randy, your thoughts on this Group B and the prospects for England in the World Cup.
Thanks, Pandit. Well, I must agree with Bajnath that England are going to be biased. England is going to top the group. And I think the group is going to be very interesting for that second place. Because I seen Wales coming out of the qualifiers to come into the group. So I put my money on Wales. Scotland might beat Ukraine. Of course, you would love to see Ukraine in there, given what's happening in the country. But if you put reality in it, I feel Wales will come out on top. It will be a Wales, Scotland pathway to that group, and Wales will come into Group B. So the question really and truly is who going to come second in the group? And I feel how that group looks. It's going to be an interesting group. It's going to be real entertaining football. Of course, you know the USA is not a run-over team. The USA is and has been always a strong team. They had always shown strength in the CONCACAF and in the World Cups as well. So the USA is not going to be a run-over team, and the Wales team having to pass through this qualifier, they're not as strong as you would like, even with Bale inside there. And we know his form is sometimes right about now. But with that being said, and England topping the group, I feel the real test for England will come after this group stages. And the question for England and the question for Southgate is how we lining up that team. Uh, to me, that's going to be a real difficult lineup because even if we start at the back, when we start at the back, they will probably assured that Harry Maguire will start in the middle at the central defense. But who taking on the left and the right? We have those guys, the two left back from Chelsea and um, United, Shaw and John Stones. And then on the right hand side, we have Trippier and Alexander Arnold. We also have Walker. So how we line up the back will be very interesting to see what Southgate does there. But more so, I feel this English team this time around is about the youths. Will Foden start? That is my big question. Is Foden going to start in the midfield? Or are you going to play him on the left wing? Where you're going to play Foden is a big question because if Foden starting and Jack Grealish starting, well, who partnering Harry Kane to the top? Now, Harry Kane, I don't find him in all that good form currently. He's scoring goal, yes, but he's scoring goal off players in Tottenham. For Harry Kane to be the out-and-out striker, you're going to run with Sterling on the right-hand side? A question to be answered. Or would Jack Grealish play more of an attacking midfield role to support Harry Kane as the only man in front? You just excuse for a minute, I get a phone call there, so I'll let somebody else speak by the time I'll come back in afterwards. Sorry about that, Pundit.
VJ, I don't. Pandit, I think your mic is muted.
Oh,
But
VJ, I
thanks,
think.
Kishore.
Yeah.
So we have them from all over, and well, like one of them is now probably has a different team. So we have from Craig here in London again, because it's England, so we favor any London people and so on. If Wales or Ukraine qualify, this will be the highest ranked group in the World Cup. Still easy for England though. Okay, so that's his thoughts there. And of course, well, we have our ever popular Earl who says Sterling and Grealish will be behind Kane. Well, Grealish, okay, that man don't even start for Man City and the price they pay. Anyhow,
That's what I said.
you're from
Interject a minute there, Pundit. That's what I said.
Oh, you're back on.
Yeah, back there. Sorry, what
Sorry, oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's the question. As earlier
Okay,
saying,
go ahead,
who's
yeah.
supporting Kane? Who gonna support Kane in the front line? They're gonna play two attacking midfielders, Grealish and Sterling. Well, Sterling form, I find Sterling form here and there. I mean, he being used sparingly, but I still feel Harry Kane need an out-and-out striker with him up front. And I want to believe that Foden is the man to come on that left wing and support Grealish on the right-hand side. That's just my take on it.
Okay, great. All right, thank you very much, Randy. Well, I know we have to favor the English people from those from London and all over, but the Scottish people here too. So just don't forget them. They also believe they can make it there. So thanks very much, Randy. And now we go straight to VJ for his analysis of the Group B. So what to you, VJ?
Okay, hi. Thank you, Pundit, and good evening, everybody. Right, so basically, the chorus is that England is going to top this group. I am not an England fan by any means whatsoever, but I would have to agree with that. I don't see anybody in this group being able to surprise England and beat them to that top spot, right? So England in the number one position for sure. USA again, but since 1990, they have been a staple at the World Cup, except for the last World Cup they missed out, right? But generally, they are always there or thereabouts. Yes, I believe that they would represent for CONCACAF. No, I do not believe that they will be going through to the next round, however. Right? Iran played some good football in topping their group in the Asian qualifying. But I think the second place team will be whoever qualifies as the second European team in this group, right? Wales, of course, are just one game away from qualifying. They are waiting the winner of Scotland, Ukraine. But in my opinion, whichever one of those three teams comes through to take their place and complete this group should finish in the runners-up spot. Scotland, I know they would be very happy if they could qualify and come out of the group. They have played in 8 World Cups already and they've never made it out of their group. That's an interesting stat. 8 appearances in the World Cup, never made it past the first round. Ukraine have qualified once in 2006. That was a very memorable World Cup. It was also our debut. Trinidad and Tobago had qualified for the first time then, Ukraine as well. So this could possibly be a second appearance if they could get past Scotland and Wales. And Wales themselves have also appeared at only one World Cup previously. That was way back in 1958. Right? So, but in my opinion, one of those teams, whichever one comes through, they should partner England as the runner-up. England again, I think is exciting times for all you England fans, right? Because I think this is the most complete England team I have ever seen since I have been following World Cup football, and that's a long time, right? The first World Cup I ever saw, I was lucky enough to see some games in 1986, right? And since then, I've seen every World Cup. I think England have been to all except 1994. I don't think they qualified, right? That 1990 team was a very strong team. I think they made it only to the semis, and then they lost on penalties to West Germany. You know, they usually have two or three really, really solid players, right? But the others don't quite match up. You know, in that era, they had Gary Lineker. Roger, you would remember this. They had Gary Lineker. They had Paul Gascoigne, right? Later on, they had Rooney, Gerrard, Lampard, and so on. But I think this particular England side have solid players in just about every position. The competition is stiff, right? That right back position that was mentioned before, right? Imagine you have that wealth of talent, right? You have Kyle Walker, you have Trippier, you have Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is in the form of his life right now, and Reece James, the young guy from Chelsea, right? To think that those four guys competing for one starting spot is almost frightening to me, you know, for other teams looking on. You know, is really something to think that one or maybe two of those guys will not be able to make the roster, right? Because they only allow 23 players to take. So it's possible one or two of those names I just called may not even make the team. Just that is the wealth and the depth that this England side possesses right now. So I am, you know, really looking forward to seeing what they will do. As I said, they're not my side, but I love good football and I love to see well-balanced teams. And I think England, for the first time in a very long time, would fall, you know, under that category. Maybe they could challenge Brazil. Who knows? Right? But I think they should, if they don't make a semi, they would be disappointed. I think they would at least get that far to the final four. They will want to go a step further. The last World Cup, they made it that far, and then they lost out in extra time, I think it was, to a very good Croatia side. Right? So we will see how it goes. But my picks for this group would be England in the first position, and the second European side to qualify. I think they should be able to pip USA and Iran to that all-important second spot. That's my contribution.
Okay, thank you very, very much, BJ. You know, always giving us a really good analysis. And well, thanks to I just hearing all those boys, Anish and so on. Thanks for joining. And well, always the interest that you all have. Look up to Sanjay and Tyler, all those boys, and they're all interested. Shivam, I just giving a little shout out to them because you know there's certain little things I can't give everything, but Shivan, Munilal, Stephen Bachchan, Obichan, Jonathan John, Sajiv. I know he like the FIFA little videos I said, and John and Kyle Chitram. So all you boys, thanks for all the support, you know, and for all the interest in the show and all what the presenters have to say and so on. And we have to take one from Scotland because I mean Scotland have a possibility of becoming a member of the group. So, and we have one person from Scotland. Um, so they're saying like Henderson and so on, the captain of Liverpool and so on is a Scottish player. I think he's the captain of Scotland too. I'm not sure.
Robertson.
So like what I
Robertson.
thought VJ they want to know like they have these quality players. Robertson, sorry, that's very
Yeah,
sorry.
Robertson.
Robertson.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I thought on that, like they say they have quality players. Why are you thinking they wouldn't qualify for the World Cup?
Well, I didn't say that. I never
They
said
didn't
they
come
were
out the
qualified.
first round then.
No, in the past, what I said was in the past they never made it out of the first round. In the past, they played in 8 World Cups. They never made it past the first round. If they qualify this time, I would put them in second spot. That's what I said.
Oh, okay, great, great, great.
Yeah.
I probably wanted to be in first spot.
Oh, nah. I
Okay,
think
so
England will beat them for that.
okay, thanks again, PJ. And
You're welcome.
well, I'm not getting a Scotland rivalry thing now. So, because they know what we say about the Champions League, so I'll leave it at right there.
True that.
Okay, so well, Mr. Rampol, they have some people didn't see in a long time, so they say they good to see Mr. Rampol, with all his COVID and all these things. At least they've seen him on the YouTube. So without any delay, we pass the ball to Mr. Rampol, and we will hear his thoughts and comments on this Group B.
Okay. Well, good afternoon. Thank you, Pandit, and good afternoon to everybody on the panel and all the viewers and listeners. Well, I can't disagree with most of what is said, but I think I have a different view on the predictions. Yes, with everything going right, and all things taken considered, that England should top this group. But I'd like to ask anybody in the panel, how does the timing of this World Cup affect the players on the English team? Being in November, being in probably in mid-season, and I'm really thinking that England really needs to ride the wave of Grealish and Foden in this tournament. I think, and really, the timing of it, we have to think about, and remember today, about injuries, thinking about workload. Remember, it's not the same, like we have a break from their normal club season. So how would this timing of this particular World Cup affect the English team and the English players? What do y'all think? Randy?
Well, I mean, a lot of football playing right now, right? And not only the timing of this World Cup, but you also have to remember, aside from injuries, which England have some injuries currently happening, um, COVID is still around, and
Right.
players catching up with COVID is also a take, and teams could be weakened, players could be weakened, and that could have an impact on the World Cup as well. So we'll wait and see. I don't know how to comment on the timing, but I think a lot of football is being played. These players are stretched given where the season ending and where the World Cup starting. And if they're going to be in match fitness for the entire World Cup, we'll have to wait and see what takes place.
Right. I just wanted your views on that because I want to go a different route. Yes, everybody, with all things being equal and everything going right, England should top this group with everything. But I really want to choose out or single out Iran as being the most acclimatized, and probably they're in Qatar, a home nation. I would consider them to be, with the conditions in Qatar, best suited. Really, I would love to see Wales go. It's to see Gareth Bale line up against Harry Kane at probably their final major tournament. It would be, something to have with both of them. And I really support America, except I would support America more than England in this tournament, being a CONCACAF team. So there's a lot of, I would call it, uncertainties coming. But if England players stay fit and they're all available, they should top the group. But again, football is played on the field, and anything can happen. I mean, I'm not bitter because I support Italy, but I would like to see a major team, exiting early and having like one of the younger dogs make a deep run. Wait, I see Randy probably want to pelt me now, but I mean,
Yeah, I have comment on the English team and Italy are there, we do Italy in any World Cup.
no, well,
Yeah, we
we
England
know
is
Italy is not there,
Over the Euros.
but in history now, no. If you're looking at the major tournaments, um, there has always, well, in the last one, there's been major upsets, and name no longer plays. I mean, your reputation, you have to go out on the field with the players you have available. And I really think, and I'm not picking her, but I think Sterling, his race is run. I'll be surprised even if they pick him to go on the squad with the amount of talent they have. And I really hope they go with Foden and Grealish. And how Grealish and Foden goes, I think so too England. Whether they make a deep run or not. Foden goes, I think so too.
Right. So thank you very much, Roger. And we always like him. He gives a perspective that is different to that he front light on the subject. So I like that about him. And really was a very good point about the COVID. That is what is happening right now. And well, I hope you all hear me okay. I know with the internet sometimes, it's sticking and all kind of thing. So it's a really a good point on the COVID, which we never touched on before, could affect the situation. So just a few comments here. Well, Earl has that one up there about Harry. He's dominated the YouTube, but I'll read some from the we have from WhatsApp and also from the Facebook Messenger. And well, the English people and Italy since the Euros, they have the opinions. So well, Earl again commented. Let me finish off the YouTube one here. So he says Italy still playing international football. Oh my God! All right, so we'll leave that there. And Craig from London, England, he says that, oh my gosh, well, England and Scotland. So he says Scotland could play Braveheart if they want, it wouldn't matter. um, and then the messenger, all right, they think, well, they're agreeing with people. Well, they're going with England for sure, will win the group. And if Wales, they should be between them and the US for second. So, all right. So, well, let's hope everything works out well with Group B. We will have to revisit it in June. We'll look back at the Group B because I know they have one of the matches in the beginning of June there between the Ukraine and Scotland, and then of course, well, we'll have that the winner playing Wales. So we could look back and see what is, or look at that and see what happens, and maybe we can update this discussion. All right, so I think that was well done, and we got some very good views as well as some, from all sides of the, from all corners of the spectrum. And now just one new person here, Sydney Subaya. I hope I pronounced his name correct. He said USA beaten Wales, so that means probably, well, he thinks Wales going to qualify, but USA will be second. So we can see where his loyalties lie there. Thanks, Sydney. And if anybody has any questions now, the panel on YouTube or on the WhatsApp or on the Facebook Messenger, you can do the question now. And then after the questions or any other comments, we will go to the second part of the show. Because, I mean, we in England, we look like this is England's day today. So we have some other competitions in England that we might want to touch on. So I know the FA Cup is there and had some match yesterday and so on. So, we will ask people to say a few words on that. So let me just check the comments here for any questions. All right, so I see people type in. So let me just wait for the questions to be typed. So they type in on WhatsApp and on YouTube. Let me check my right, Pope. Well, so let me hear what Pope has to say. We'll see if we can get him live to talk. I've given him a call. He always follows the show, and the boys say they will be on the show soon. Hoping to be a guest too. All right. So while I wait on Dwight Pope, I'll read this question for the panel. If Ukraine qualifies but can't play the tournament, who would you like to see instead? Because you know they're in Ukraine. So they're asking here, if Ukraine qualifies but can't play in the tournament, who would you like to see instead? So I'll go over to the panel for that, and then I'll do the other question. Thanks, Craig from London, for that question.
Well, I could go
All
first.
right,
I
anybody
would
want to
like to
take
see
that?
Italy take their place.
Oh, go ahead, Ryan. Yeah, go ahead. Still, I'm not hearing Roger for some reason.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. I wasn't hearing anything just.
Well, I know it might be from between Scotland and Wales, but I think something could be allowed to allow Italy to come back. I mean, North Macedonia, really, and you all did say any team, eh? So I think Italy could go back there.
Wait, let me read back a question. If Ukraine qualify but can't play, who would you like to see? All right, I guess. All right. That is a valid answer.
Roger,
Yeah,
in-
to say anything.
if we said any team, we gotta put your hand in big when he mix in. We can't leave out the home nation.
Well, yeah,
I,
I think
I
that's
don't
possible.
understand why Roger rushed to answer that question. I don't understand. Yeah.
But wait a minute, Randy, you brave to put Trinidad back with England. Suppose we have a Rasta man and a pulley man here or something, and heading a goal or something. We might forget that.
We want revenge. We want revenge.
You know, if I mean, that's the thing. We would have drawn England, you know, if that man Crouch is the tallest footballer I probably seen in my life, and he pulling down a man to where I had that boy.
It was Gwen
Oh
Sancho.
gosh, he had a crouch down the
It
head.
was Gwen Sancho.
Oh gosh. All right, so let me go to Earl. Oh my God, I feel I'll skip that, you know, Earl. This one, I feel Earl just now, surely. He was early, he just having a great time after yesterday. How do you think the Arsenal players would perform in the World Cup after the disappointment of not qualifying for the Champions League? Hey, but wait, I don't think I'm not finished yet. Um, so I feel as for Mr. Bajdat. If you or
I
BJ, if you want to say anything on
so
that.
I want to answer that question with a question back to Earl. Earl, how would it feel supporting Saka or Arsenal player Saka on the field after he put tears and we get the fourth spot and you all finish fifth? How will it just put aside that differences to with the club rivalry and thing when with the national team, you know? But yeah, as I tell you, Earl, we allow that. It was a terrible game. Some little iffy decisions too. But I think we gonna make it. We gonna make it. Newcastle and Everton. Yeah. Newcastle and Everton.
But and Arsenal still have a point ahead.
BJ, want to say anything?
Vijay, say something. Say something.
Yes,
Is that
I
really-
as well, and yes, you are correct. We are still, despite that terrible loss yesterday, they are still looking up at the table. That's the point. We are still in control of our destiny. Win our last two games, and it will all be irrelevant. So that is what I hope will happen. I hope it transpires like that, and I hope Spurs still due for one more bit of Spursiness. So I think in their last two games, we will get one more bit of this, and that should seal the deal for us. Yeah.
Oh God. Well, I'll just show this last comment to close off that. I think we should pray for the people suffering due to flood in North London as a result of all the tears from Arteta. I don't think Arteta's saying anything because they would suspend him, he say, so he not commenting.
Right.
Honest,
All right, well,
you sure
I
Earl
know-
is not a Trinidadian? All that talks Earl have, I feel he had to be a Trinidadian.
Well, Earl was actually born in England, when the Spurs part of London, and then he moved to Trinidad. So they can't get the Spurs out of him. So
Clearly.
kind of last comment on this.
Clearly.
Oh my God! All right, so at that time, Gordy not here because he would say he wouldn't comment on that either. All right, so we close off that EPL there. I think it still have we have some serious Spurs men and Arsenal men here. What about the FA Cup? Anybody wants to say anything on the FA Cup? And we'll close off. It's very interesting show. I must say, didn't expect it to go this way. Any thoughts on the FA Cup? We start with you, Kishore, since you always go first.
I think Kishore's having mic problems.
Yeah, Bash, I think your microphone heated or something. He know what's going on. But
All right. I don't know if it's the internet then. Sometimes the internet will give trouble. So we're not hearing you, Kishore, for some reason.
well, for the FA Cup tomorrow, that's a good test for Liverpool for the Champions League, and as Earl saying there, that's a good test to see what they could do against the real team, the Real Madrid, when they come up against Real Madrid in the finals. So I want to see Liverpool perform well tomorrow. I hope they can perform well because if it means that hey, they're disappointed and they're going into that Champions League demotivated, and Benzema will put it on them because that form that he's in currently, as I say, Benzema right now is a monster. I happy Rihanna Levy. Let somebody else comment after that. Roger, what you say? Rihanna Levy, the man turned into a monster,
I wouldn't disagree with Randy that Benzema on form is the best player right now. But as for tomorrow's game, I think Chelsea have a slight edge because it's the only silverware they're competing for. I think Liverpool, although it's very slim, they're very slim. They're still in the title race, although I think it's Man City to lose. And they have again the Champions League final, and Klopp, being the astute manager that he is, will know that Real will have their scouts there looking. So even if I think Klopp has to sacrifice the FA Cup and win the Champions League, I think they would prefer that. I mean, I think I think Liverpool would, but it would be a very interesting game. But I think Chelsea would have the slight edge, being that the Liverpool players they are extended on three fronts, and Klopp really, I think the key silverware would be the Champions League. I mean, tomorrow, yes, every final is a final, but I really think it will be a closer game than if Liverpool only had the FA Cup to play for.
Okay, that's really good. I find that's really good comments there by Roger, Mr. Paul. Vijay, want to say anything on the FA Cup?
Yeah, well, I would echo what Roger was saying there. Klopp having one eye on the upcoming champions, that of course will trump on the upcoming, right? And certainly with Real Madrid coming out, to have a look and see what Liverpool's tactics would be, what their lineup, their formation would be tomorrow. So he might want to hit them a little wrong address, right? But of course, it being a cup final, right? Liverpool are still gunning for those 4 trophies. I still think he would certainly go with his best squad, which would still pretty much mirror the team he will put out in the Champions League final. I think Liverpool are showing signs of fatigue in the last few games, even before the draw with Tottenham. That game against Villarreal You could see the wariness. They got lucky in the end that they were able to come back and still win that game outright. But I'm a little bit concerned for them right now that they seem to be dropping form a little bit at the wrong time. This is definitely the wrong time. Chelsea as well have not been in the best of form lately in the league. This is the only trophy that they have a shot at for this season. So I think they will also be going all out. I would give Liverpool the slight edge. I don't know if it's sentimental or what on my part, but I want Liverpool to win tomorrow. I would like them to win tomorrow. I think they will edge it out, but I am concerned for them. At the tail end and even into the Champions League final, they are definitely showing signs of fatigue for me. But Liverpool tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so
I've-
yeah, go ahead,
I
Kishore.
fixed the problem. I don't know why it just wasn't unmuted just now. It just was not unmuted. Anyways, yeah, I think I agree with VJ that in terms of I've seen some tiredness in the Liverpool squad, and it's really not easy still have to have the possibility with the 4 trophies. Having said that, though, I don't think it's no secret for Madrid to know the style of football Liverpool plays. I think they know. The world knows. So I don't think and even tiredness or not, I think that when you look at Liverpool team and what Klopp has really how he has built that team, and they have a very proud history as well. When those players on a field, and especially even though it's a cup final, I think they will be given their all. Having said that, yeah, Chelsea form has dipped, and we all know a lot of off-field situations and circumstances have hampered their season. But we need to remember Chelsea is a team that can win final as well. Chelsea can win a final. They know how. Just ask Man City in the last Champions League what happened. They know how to do it. And so I think we should get a good game. We should get a good game, but Liverpool, I'll go to Liverpool as for the final tomorrow.
Okay, good. Raja, you want to say anything else?
Well, I think Randy could have the last word here, being the Real Madrid fan and supporting Liverpool.
Mr. Real Madrid.
I hope Liverpool lost. I want them to be demotivated.
No, I think they'll be motivated more if they lose, you know.
Yeah, correct, yes.
I think they'll be motivated more if they lose, Randy.
Yeah.
If they lose, I mean,
They don't
better
need more
hope that they win.
motivation. They actually, when they asked Salah at the end, before when they won the semi-final, who he preferred to play, the man wanted Real Madrid. He said he wanted Real Madrid in the final. So they're getting a rematch, and listen to me, Ramos not there again to hold on the man and dislocate the shoulder and thing. You understand? So he wants revenge. He wants revenge.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyhow, we'll wait and see. It should be a good game.
oh, I don't know.
And I think Benzema might he due for a bad game, eh? He overdue for a bad game. Benzema overdue for a bad game. And he's gonna be home, he's gonna be playing in France, so it's not like he's partying or anything. You understand?
All right. So when people make their comments, you know where to start. Well, I see we have a lot of Real Madrid people in the viewing too. So Joshua, I know he's Real Madrid, so thanks for joining. And he said, in fact, he said that when Randy Lal was talking there, so he want Real Madrid to win. I just want to say my little 2 cents here. I was always tell Roger and probably everybody else, in football, I prefer to be unskillful. I see a team, Man City, play all the football in the world, had a goal, and at the time, Real Madrid still the name of we show, them just only functioning at the time. They just come on, score 2 goals, and then bam, a penalty and they win. So I say, boy, when you're lucky like that, nobody can beat you. So I know the Real Madrid people are happy. And boy, I mean, like not one time, two times, it just keep going on. So I feel if them are win, that's something wrong, how they reach that final, it's like some kind of destiny carrying them there. So I feel maybe might go through, but I don't know. But they're looking like, they have this little luck on the side that nobody seems to be able to find a solution for. Ranilla only smiling there, So,
I had to
well,
say
me,
something.
I'm neutral in this. Yeah, go ahead, Randy, go ahead.
PSG's try, Chelsea try, Man City try. Look at the teams that try to knock out Real and they still reach the final. I feel like destiny.
Yeah, boy, it's true.
Benzema needed the chance
Yeah, that
away
was
from
it.
to start. And Ronaldo not there, get the man star for a chance. That's what I will say.
Okay. Yeah, I feel so. Well, Joshua's still asking what going on with Arsenal, but we'll leave that
Yeah, well,
there.
Joshua, remember Joshua is a Tottenham supporter, right? Yes, so,
Okay, go
so
ahead.
I know he was in his glee. Yes,
Yeah,
Joshua.
yeah, he was Spurs
Yeah.
fan. I feel them Spurs man only show up for the show, boy. Sure, I don't know what's going on.
They
Only
just show up
Spurs
to
and
give me talks.
Englishmen show up.
Correct, correct, exactly. Don't worry, Joshua.
And then, well, Earl is one of we biggest fans, so we can't live without that last word from him. So he says Real
Oh
Madrid
man.
always have a 12. The ref, oh my God. All right, let me not go there. Ateta
Pensioners.
saying he say nothing. Need him with the pensioners. Oh my God. Hey, but Modric was a Spurs man, by the way, just saying.
Yeah.
Modric was from Spurs. So, well, when people lose, I notice, start to look at what the referee do, yeah? You say nothing on Ateta or anybody, yeah? But, yes, boy, yes, I learned, yes, be real hard. I had sleepless night or something after World Cup ending, yeah, it had a whole night me asleep. All kind of things that's happened, one thing. And as you get older, I learn to take losing better. So one thing, footballers teach you many lessons,
Yeah.
teachers. And I think I was showing the World Cup team, one of the lessons I like with the World Cup is this unity that all the countries just come together and, people as we living as human beings should, caring for each other. And, we competing, but they also have respect for each other. And really, especially as we're in this group, I mean, what going on in Ukraine and there, I think everybody in the world would want peace. We don't want any type of war or anything. If we're having fun, we support with teams. Nobody is win all the time or lose all the time. But I mean, we want the world to be peaceful and so on. And we hope that that thing gets sorted out with Ukraine, not only with the fourth place in the Group B, but also, that they should come to some peaceful resolution and probably talk it out to find a way to solve that problem there. So, I think with time almost up, and I'll just say if only want any last statement from each of the panelists, and we close. So, well, we go in alphabetical order. So, Kishore, if you want to close with anything.
No, yeah, guys, I want to just thank everyone for joining, and even the other guys on the panel. I hope to see you all often. Right, it was fun. Yeah, and I think we're in for some good football. We good for the ending of the season. As I said, the English Premier League is the best league in the world. I mean, all position in the league is still a tussle and a fight at the top, at the bottom, in the middle. We good football here tomorrow should be a good final, and looking forward to the Champions League final as well, and obviously the big one, the World Cup later down in the year.
Final as well.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Kishore. I get some replies there from the Scottish people, so I'll get back to you. I'll give you the comments at the end. So, we'll go to Randy Lal because we're going to alphabetical order. So, Randy Lal, any closing remarks?
But to all the panelists, wonderful show. I think it was great comments. We just want to see good football have good entertainment, good fun.
Just want to see this.
And I'm happy to see that football returns with the fans and this COVID thing, because when the fans wasn't there, the game wasn't the same. So I just looking forward for an excellent game. FA Cup tomorrow, Champions League coming up, and the World Cup started. So we have a lot to talk about, and well, until next show again.
All right, great, Randy. Thanks. Well, I know you happy, all the Real Madrid people. Like, this is all your time. And, well, of course, straight over to VJ. So, any closing remarks, VJ?
Okay, yes, again. So, just to echo what the other guys saying, definitely we have plenty of football to look forward to over the next 6 months, 7 months, right? Taking us through to the World Cup. Like I always say, I live for the World Cup. Honestly, like when our World Cup is done, I'm waiting and I'm counting down the 4 years until the next one comes around. So, this is my time. It's something I really look forward to, and I'm always, I follow all the games. So yeah, definitely we have a nice prelude, of course, Champions League final, FA Cup final in the next couple of weeks. We have that, and a nice little appetizer for what is to come later on. And these things also give us a chance to see some of the players who might star out at the World Cup. So, and Real Madrid is always there or thereabouts. Not just in the recent past, but the last couple of decades. They always reach at least the last four of the Champions League. As I said, this is their tournament. We might as well call it the Real Madrid trophy that they're fighting for, right? Liverpool going to be challenging them for that. But like them or hate them, Real Madrid, solid team, solid club. You're always guaranteed of good football when they are in the final. So, yeah, that's my take. Looking forward to all this lovely football we have ahead of us.
Oh, great. Thanks, Vijay. I like that strategy. So, Real Madrid are the favorites. We pin it
I
back.
didn't say that.
So, not to jinx them or anything. It's just the lose. All lose on the trophy. All they probably have one hand on the trophy already. It's all they want to lose. And, well, Roger, over to you.
Well, I like to say it's always fun. I'm so glad to be on the panel with everyone here. I think they're very, very knowledgeable and all their comments, and it's great fun. I'd just like to highlight the Italian league, and it's a very close race between the two Milan clubs. Yeah, it's down to the last two games, and probably in a decade, Milan finally have a chance to take it. I'm hoping that they don't stumble along the way and they can pull it off. But I'm hoping for the best. And about Real, I want to say that Real is a very well coached team, because I think the coach gets the best out of his players and plays a system that really allows them to win games. Probably not the best or the most attractive football at times, but winning games. And it will be an interesting end of the season. I mean, our next show will probably have to eat a lot of our words, some of the predictions, but that's how it goes. I mean, nothing is certain, and we'll live on to look and be a fan of the game forever.
Oh, great. So, thank you. So, I think in closing, I just want to close with I'll read one of the comments from WhatsApp, one from YouTube, one from the different places, because you won't believe it. I enjoy chatting with you all, but there are a lot of people also all over the world, because we have viewers from all over the world now tuning in. I will probably watch the recorded versions as well. And they're really enjoying the little banter and appreciating the views and the comments you're making about the football. So Craig from London here, well, I can't sing this to you all, but imagine it being sung, and he just typed this a couple times. So this is from London, England. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. So that's what so that's what the English comment. I read one of theirs. Well, I have to do the Scottish people. Oh gosh, and maybe not because the man from Scotland, his wife comment and say he mad as hell. So he's very upset that we don't think Scotland will make it there and so on. But I think he misinterpreted what we just said because we just didn't say that they can't win or anything. And then, well, we have, okay, I'll choose this one. We never get a view, we never get a comment from this person. We tend to always go with the passionate fans, but I'll choose this one. I'll put it up on the screen. From YouTube, we have Banana, that we enjoy football the way it is now before the Messi and Ronaldo era go. Okay, and Joshua Ada commented, limited that he is right. So I think we are reaching the end. We will stop with the comments there. I really enjoyed the show today. I'm really happy that we had the full squad out. And I'm thinking, well, let us try to keep it at Fridays at 5. It's an easy time to remember, easy day. So we'll have our next show. I think normally we have it every 2 weeks. But I'll talk to the presenters if they're available. You know, we will always we could do it every Friday, but we do for one in 2 weeks. So it'll be Fridays at 5 every 2 weeks. So thanks to all the viewers who are still live with us, all the presenters, and thanks to you if you are watching the recorded version. And we look forward to seeing you all in the next show. All the best.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.